Darwin's theory of natural selection is a fundamental concept in the field of evolutionary biology. It explains how species evolve over time through the differential survival and reproduction of individuals with favorable traits, leading to the gradual adaptation of populations to their environment. Here's an explanation of the key components of natural selection and some examples from Darwin's observations and the natural world. 1. Variation. Within any population of organisms, there is a natural variation in traits. These traits can be physical, physiological, or behavioral in nature. Some individuals may have traits that make them better suited to their environment, while others may have less advantageous traits. Example, in a population of finches on the Galapagos Islands observed by Darwin, he noticed variations in beak size and shape. Some finches had larger, stronger beaks, which were more effective at cracking open tough seeds, while others had smaller, more delicate beaks that were better at feeding on insects or softer seeds. 2. Heritability. Traits that confer an advantage in survival and reproduction can be passed on to the next generation. Offspring tend to inherit the characteristics of their parents, and if a beneficial trait is present in a parent, it has a higher chance of being passed on to subsequent generations. In the finch population, if birds with larger beaks were better able to access food resources and survive to reproduce, their offspring were more likely to inherit the larger beak trait, increasing the prevalence of this advantageous trait in the population over time. 3. Differential survival and reproduction. In any given environment, resources are limited, and not all individuals can survive and reproduce to their full potential. Those with advantageous traits are more likely to survive, compete for resources successfully, and have greater reproductive success, passing on their favorable traits to the next generation. In a population of moths living in an area with light-colored trees and dark-colored trees, moths with color patterns that blend well with the tree bark are more likely to avoid predation by birds. As a result, they survive and reproduce more successfully than moths with less suitable color patterns. 4. Adaptation. Over successive generations, the prevalence of advantageous traits increases in the population, leading to adaptation to the specific environment in which the species lives. This process enables species to become better suited to their habitats over time. The peppered moth population in England experienced a shift in coloration during the Industrial Revolution. As pollution darkened tree bark, dark-colored moths became more difficult for predators to spot and, consequently, had higher survival rates. The frequency of dark-colored moths increased, illustrating natural selection at work. In summary, Darwin's theory of natural selection is the process by which favorable traits in a population become more common over time due to the increased survival and reproduction of individuals possessing those traits. This mechanism is fundamental to understanding how species adapt and evolve in response to changes in their environment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more interesting content.